Welcome again to Joe's Son of Boxing. There's the Magnificent Seven card coming up, the latest Magnificent Seven card from Queensberry Promotions. It's going to be this coming Saturday, and it's got some good fights on it. It does. You know, those Magnificent Seven cards, as far as domestic matchups are concerned in the UK, are very, very good. And one that springs out and sort of hit me, really because of the contrast in fighters, the contrast of styles of guys at different points of their career, is the undefeated Owen Cooper, who is currently 10 wins with 4 KOs, no draws, no defeats. And he is taking on EKOW ESSUMAN, who is 19 wins with 7 KOs, 1 defeat. The defeat was in his last fight to Harry Scarf, and he lost his British and Commonwealth titles. I think there was an IBF European thing on the line as well, but the British and Commonwealth titles, he lost those, and it was considered a bit of a shock. And this time round, he's got a sort of, EKOW's got a chance to sort of redeem or regain a little bit of lustre that's been lost. This is for the English title against Cooper, and also there's a WBO European. There's so many European titles now. The only one that counts is the EBU, as far as I'm concerned. But there is this WBO belt on the line, as well as the English title, and that could be a good springboard. He's probably thinking to getting back onto the British title scene. Maybe getting a rematch with ESSUMAN, and maybe regaining those titles. But this is a good matchup, because if you look at them as fighters, Owen Cooper, 23 years old, EKOW ESSUMAN, 35, so a big difference there. They are both orthodox fighters. ESSUMAN, I think, is about 3 inches taller. His dimensions are longer. And if you look at their records, they're quite contrasting as well. Cooper did score a very good win in his previous fight against an undefeated fighter, Ethan James, who was 12-0. James retired after 9 rounds, pulled out by his corner. That was for the English title as well. In fact, I think the WBO European title was on the line as well. But so these are defences for a guy who has just won these belts. ESSUMAN's coming along looking to sort of come back from that defeat to Scarf. But ESSUMAN, I would say ESSUMAN has faced by far the better men, because if you take that fight against James out of the resume of Cooper, he's really only fought journeymen. There really is no one on his record. He's only had 10 fights, so perhaps not that surprising. But when you look at ESSUMAN's record, I mean, ESSUMAN's fought, prior to fighting Scarf, he beat Chris Congo, majority decision. Prior to that, he beat Samuel Antwi. That was a unanimous decision. And these, by the way, were British welterweight title fights, and the Commonwealth belt was on the line too. He's also won a decision over Darren Tetley. That was in a previous fight. Tetley, by the way, was 21 wins and 2 defeats. Antwi, 14 wins, 1 defeat. Congo, 14 wins, 1 defeat. I mean, these are guys with very good records. Even if you go back further, Danny Ball was 10-0 and 1. And ESSUMAN stopped him in 6 rounds. The old warhorse from Wales, Chris Jenkins. So, I mean, that was a TKO in 8. So he does have a little bit of pop, ESSUMAN. Only 7 wins, 7 inside distance wins in 19 fights, but still a pretty... He can get you hurt if you're not on your P's and Q's. Against Cooper, he'll be looking to sort of, I think, old man, the much younger man out. He'll be looking to put it on him. He's a good aggressive fighter, ESSUMAN, despite the fact he hasn't got a great deal of power. He kind of grinds you down. Cooper will probably be looking to box. He does like a little bit of fighting. I've got to be honest and say the only fight that I can remember seeing of Cooper's is the Ethan James fight, and he did show a lot in that fight. He had James down in the first round from a head punch. I think it was a left hook. ESSUMAN is a hard guy to shift. I don't think, you never know, but I don't think Cooper will be able to put much of a dent in Essuman. There is the question mark at 35 whether Essuman is sort of on the downside of his career. I don't mean past it, because I don't think he is, but at 35 there is the possibility you can get old overnight, and he has done a lot of these 12 rounders, like I was saying. I mean, he's winning them, but Antwi, Congo, Tetley, I mean, these are good domestic level fighters, and he's done 36 rounds in a row again, with those 3 fights, and of course the Scarf fight was a 12 rounder as well, the one that he lost. So there are some accumulated miles on the clock, whereas Cooper has that sort of freshness, that youthful vigour. Having said that, of course, sometimes youth can get found out against experience. Essuman knows he can go into dark places. He knows he can do that 12 rounds, not with ease, but he knows he can definitely do it under pace, under fire. Cooper, the question marks are still there. He may be very, very confident, but until he actually, goes the full 12 rounds. He did win a 10-round points decision over Jamie Stewart, but Stewart is area level fighter. Essuman is I think way above that. But confidence is one thing, but you've got to go out and actually prove it. You can be 99% certain you can do something, but until you actually do it, there's always going to be that little fraction of a doubt. So I think it's up to Essuman to take him into those dark waters. The advantage for Cooper is that this isn't a 12-rounder. British title fights are 12 rounds. English title fights are 10. So it's probably better for Cooper. But I definitely think it's an enormous step up. And I think he's going to have to... I think he is going to have to answer a few questions. I'll put it this way, I think Essuman will ask a few questions of him, and it's then up to Cooper to answer them. If this was over 12 rounds, I would be picking Essuman to win. But I'm far less confident over 10. I think it's quite possible that Cooper could sort of nitpick his way to a decision win. Maybe a controversial decision win. I also wouldn't rule out a draw in this fight. But you know what? And again, I don't say this with any confidence. I've got a feeling that Essuman, it's only 10 rounds, not 12. I've got a feeling Essuman might old man him and win on points. There again, I can see Cooper definitely outpointing the much older man. See, if Essuman had a bigger punch as well, I'd be more confident. Do you know what? I really can't think of a winner, but I'm going to pick one because, see, I've only seen Cooper fight. I can only remember seeing him fight that one time. Whereas Essuman I've seen a lot of. I'll go with Essuman to outpoint Cooper. 96-94, something along those lines. So we'll see, but I don't say that with any confidence whatsoever, none at all. But let me know what you think. You may have seen more of Cooper than I have. You may have followed his career more closer than I have. I think we all know EKOW, don't we? He's EKOW Essuman's terrific servant to British boxing. But yeah, 12 years difference between them in age. I think EKOW Essuman will narrowly outpoint Cooper. But let me know what you think. Give me your opinions below. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the like button, because that would help us out. And spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. It makes sense. It's going to be good, this card, I think. People are overlooking it somewhat. It's kind of crept up on us, isn't it? Because we're used to the big Riyadh blockbusters, but I think this will be a good one. So yeah, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I will catch you later. Bye for now.